Why do bad things happen to good people? Sometimes it's to refine our faith. The Apostle Peter went through a great deal of suffering, and he was writing a letter to a bunch of people who were being strongly persecuted because of their Christianity. And he wrote them these encouraging words, 1 Peter chapter 1. He said, "In this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while, if need be, you've been grieved by various trials." Why? "That the genuineness of your faith, being much more precious than gold that perishes, though it is refined by fire, may be found to praise and honor and glory at the revelation of Jesus Christ." He says you go through trials to be refined. Your faith might be refined and you might be more like Jesus. Many years ago, there was a missionary named Amy Carmichael, and she had a lot of challenges. She was a single woman, a Christian missionary in India at a time when that was very difficult. Her ministry was rescuing children from temple prostitution, which was not popular in that world at that time. So she had a very difficult time. On top of that, she had a major fall and was bedridden much of her life. Well, she tells about a time when she and the children visited a man who was a goldsmith. And he would take the gold and he'd heat it up in the fire. And he never left the gold when it was in the fire because it was too precious. And he genuinely, gradually increased the heat, little by little, until it got hotter and hotter. And in that process, the dross, the impurities, everything that was not gold would rise to the surface, and he would skim it off. And he'd make it a little hotter and skim off the dross. Make it a little hotter, skim off the dross. They asked him, "How long does this process go?" And he said, "I keep doing this until I can see my face in the reflection." I want to encourage you. God is the great goldsmith. And when you're born again, you are a precious piece of gold, but you still have a lot of dross. And so God will use the fire of affliction to burn up the dross and bring it to the top so that it can be skimmed away. Everything that's not like Jesus, everything that's not faith, will rise to the top and He'll skim it off. And God's going to continue that process until we look like His Son. He can see His reflection until we look like Jesus.